Kellen interviewing for Dallas. Oh my God.
What a dun dun dun. We need one of them villain buttons for that.
I'm almost certain I got that.
That's diabolical right there.
I'm almost certain I got that button.
But it was expected because we know the buffoonery that the Cowboys like to partake in. So it's not surprising. It's just, unfortunate.
I knew I had it.
The villain is back. Well, he's trying to come back. Let's not give him the victory yet.
Man. And then obviously, it's a lot of news going around. Prime. I know you go talk about that,
Yeah, and listen, man, it gets a little bit more realistic when you talk about money not lining up.
Yeah.
Well, like, listen, that's the language of the world, is that dollar sign. If the money don't align, you can find somebody, slowly creeping out the door. And if that report is true, they trying to get a little, what's the what I want to know? They trying to get a little lenient on the spending though. There, he might deal.
Yeah, because I can't wait to freestyle that with you. Because I think I do have a real feeling, bro, that we not the only one looking at him.
Oh, listen, Deion Sanders is probably one of the hottest coaching commodities right now, in these spaces. Because you got to think about it, man. The name alone is going to put, butts in seats and get people to believe and get people to rally around the franchise that he goes to. Because it's Deion Sanders. He is unquestionably the best cornerback to ever play in the National Football League. He is the GOAT of his position. He is a winner. And he's had great success at the college level, man. Even if you go back to what he did at Jackson State, I know it's swag. I know people don't want to give him credit for that, but he won the biggest title in that division. He took a one-win team and got them bowl eligible, even though they didn't win this time around. Took them from being a laughing stock to being competitive. They beaten TCU. They beaten Baylor. They beaten all these other, touted schools in that particular division. So with what he's done, I understand why people will gravitate to wanting to get Coach Prime in the building. But I'm gonna tell you why I think it makes a lot of sense for Deion to come to Dallas. Outside of, I know he's synonymous with Florida State. I know he's synonymous with the Atlanta Falcons. Deion Sanders, like I've been telling everybody that listen to me, was a Dallas Cowboy for just as long as he was Falcon. I know people don't look at it like that, but it's true. He played just as many seasons with the Dallas Cowboys as he did the Atlanta Falcons. The last time the Dallas Cowboys won a title, Deion Sanders was an intricate part of that process. And even when he had opportunity to leave, Deion Sanders stayed even when we went through the wilderness. When we were out here not making the play, we were becoming a bad football team down the stretch at the end of their dynasty era. Deion Sanders was still here. Yeah, playing both ways, offensively, defensively. Man. Special teams, taking kickoff returns. Come on now.
Kickoff, punt return, receiving, and corner at Dallas.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, man. Like, there are plenty of teams that would offer Deion Sanders, but Dallas is like home. His son is from Dallas. He was born right here in Dallas, went to school in the Dallas area. You know what I'm saying? So, like, there's a connection here. So, I understand, like, other teams will want Deion Sanders because it's Deion Sanders. Like, that's like saying other people want Bugattis. This is Bugatti. Of course you want a Bugatti. But, like, this Bugatti might be willing to park itself in this garage.
Everybody don't want Bugattis, man. Crazy.
Man, some folks don't want Bugattis, but if you offer somebody a luxury car, yeah, hey man, I love my Pinto.
See, when you that rich, you have a Bugatti, so it ain't your main car. You just got one. You know what I'm saying? I got one over there. It's over there kept. It's well kept. You know what I'm saying? Then you got your everyday car you like to ride in, or the chauffeur them. You know what I'm saying? But I understand what he's saying, man. I agree, man. Prime is prime time. That's who he is. He is the epitome of that. You know what I'm saying? And he is somebody who won't bend the knee. He will not bow down to Jerry Jones. I feel that way. And I know people say the money. Listen here. Deion Sanders is all about money, but he is all about prime. Like he really, really reps himself, and he is his own brand. He's a walking business. So if you think Deion Sanders is finna take a step back and just bow out and suppress who he is for Jerry, that won't happen. So when it comes to us hiring Deion Sanders, in my opinion, it represents change. It's symbolic because Jerry will have to take a back seat, whatever a back seat look like for Jerry Jones. Like that's what I mean. Like we know Jerry won't just go disappear and ride off into the sunset like most of us might want him to. You know what I'm saying? But he will have to take a back seat to some type of capacity if he hired Deion Sanders. And I think just hiring Deion will symbolize that he ready to go in that direction. I'm sorry. I just think it's that impactful for the team. And I feel like it'll be a instant culture shock. Like I think it'll be instantaneous. When they see Prime walk in that locker room, sir. Like I think he's second to none as a motivator. Second to none. Like everybody was in love with the stuff we was hearing from him on Instagram and coming from Colorado locker room. Like, man, Deion was spitting nothing but heat. So like, as a player, I can understand like they ready to run through a wall for Prime. And Prime speak life into his players. He make them believe that they the baddest in the world. You know what I'm saying? He really do.
Life.
He got a way of doing that, bro. He got a way to make them feel like he is that dude. He gonna make your team feel like they can beat anybody when they step on that field.
That's true.
So like I can't speak too much on the X's and O's of Deion, but I know as a motivator, the intangibles off the charts. Like, and that's the type of stuff we need in Dallas. We need them to have that old school 5-ring Dallas pride when they walk out there on that field. Like, they gotta wear that. They gotta walk that, talk that, believe that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we play with that type of spirit no more. Like, I think they forgot who he is. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, y'all the Dallas Cowboys. Y'all gotta walk like that, play like that. And Deion really embodied that as a person. Like, when you see Deion, you was like, man, that's the star-studded Cowboys right there. And they talked it and they walked it. So that's what type of time we need back on here, man, for real. We need that back.
I think that the main thing that people not talking about, though, staff. That's staff.
I actually finna get to that because Deion Sanders already has a star-studded staff at Colorado. You got Warren Sapp teaching your defensive line.
Yes.
You got Terrell Owens coming through teaching your wide receivers. Yes. And this is the thing that you talk about when pedigree when it comes to Deion Sanders. When you are a star, you surround yourself with stars. And guess what?
They come to him. Stars come to him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's his peers. It's not like he's up here got to reach out to olive branch. They want to be around Deion.
Right.
This is a fellow people that wear gold jackets are going to be around him. You are the company that you keep. So people in the Hall of Fame be around other folks in the Hall of Fame, and that's why his staff has the people that he has on it. So Landlord, when we talk about X's and O's, if there's anybody that can put together a staff, well, I'm not worried about it. It is Deion.
It's Deion. It's right.
I love the fact that he got the gift of the gab too. You need that when it comes to dealing with Jerry Jones, bro. Like, Jerry got the gift of the gab. Believe it or not. He got it. Like, that's one thing we can't say about Jerry, know how to galvanize the people. He know how to charm everybody. That's just who he is. He got an infectious type of personality.
He
dope
very smooth.
For the person he is, bro. We can't, real recognize real. I can't take everything away from Jerry. Jerry like that now. But when it come to Prime,
silky on the mouth.
When it come to Prime, though, Prime could actually be like, hey, Jerry, man, I understand where you're coming from, but look, trust me on this. I guarantee you Prime would be able to get away with murder with stuff like that, man. That's Prime. Like, real talk.
No, hold on. We talked about the good. What's some bad?
Some bad he's an inexperienced. He's never did anything in the NFL. That's bad. You know what I'm saying? That's always a risk. You know what I'm saying? It could be great. It could be bad. Like some people just not made, just not designed for the NFL. And that could possibly be him. You know what I'm saying? That's something we have yet to see. He has zero success or resume in the NFL. That's a bad thing about it.
Yeah, that's fair. What else is bad? I would say,
man, I mean, we don't know yet. That's an unknown. What can we say that's bad
about?
I think
we can anticipate some bad. I got one that's in the back of my mind.
You said anticipate.
Yeah.
No experience is bad right now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Zero experience.
And outside of that, can we really say zero experience? We can only say zero experience in the NFL.
That's what he said.
That's pretty much
zero experience. Yeah, but when you talk about coaching experience, he's been coaching for over a decade. He has coached for 13 years.
True.
He's coached at the high school level and he won. He coached at the high school level and he won. He coached at the college level and he won. And listen, I understand it's a difference in the NFL, but that's the whole purpose of the coaching style. We know, if anything that we know about Deion Sanders, his coaching style is probably a little bit easier to translate. Because it's not like he's calling the defense. It's not like he's calling the offense. As long as his staff has coached in the NFL, it should be no problem.
And then
is that fair to say?
So you seeing him more as a CEO?
Yeah.
Of course.
I can rock with that. I don't need him to do nothing else. His presence alone gonna hold a lot of weight. You know what I'm saying?
I got two.
All right. I'll hear you.
The two is him being an easy target. So it's he speak his mind. He's assertive. You write some BS about him, he'll come at that media person by name. And media people, they start sticking together, right? They start sticking together and they make you a target, right? Where things that they could overlook or they'll outright embellish. Straight up. I fear him being an easy target. I do fear the Flash being taken wrong too. Straight up. Because it's just he being himself. He's always been a man of swag. It's a whole lot of conservative people that they misjudge his type of flair. They misjudge it. They look at it as cocky, they look at it as, circus, right? But see, behind the gold chain, behind the glasses is a very hard working person that he's been like that his whole life. My third concern is if they try to put Whitten on him. That's my third concern. Because that means it's going to end bad.
Can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't Jason Whitten the kind of coach he would hire? Listen, I'm not sure what Warren Sapp's background is as a defensive line coach. I don't think he had any experience, but he's Warren Sapp. I'm sure he can teach defensive linemen how to play defensive line. So somebody like Jason Whitten, if he was on the staff as a tight end coach, you mean to tell me a Hall of Fame tight end can't teach nobody how to play tight end?
Sometimes
I understand what you mean about the politics.
I feel like they could.
I understand what you mean by the politics, but
it's very dangerous in Dallas, man. It's the same thing I said on Twitter. No, it ain't the same.
For anybody in Dallas is dangerous.
But it's worse for blacks. I said this on Twitter. When a former great black player loses a step, in Dallas, they met with a lot of vitriol, bro. Just keeping it real. Not even losing a step. It's just a lot of vitriol for the black players. It's a lot of it. You know what I'm saying? So Dez lost a step. They went after him hard. He need to take a pay cut. Now, if Zach Martin come back, you think it's going to be the same type of vitriol, knowing that he lost a step? No.
Shit, I need it. I'm about that life.
I know you Zach, about that life, but I'm just talking about. If you ain't
doing it, you got to.
I'm talking about just kind of how Dallas move. You know what I'm saying? It made me.
I mean, it's more like the perception. It's more like the public perception than anything.
Nah,
like,
it's perception and pressure. Pressure's a big thing in Dallas. It's a big thing anywhere.
I'm just saying this: Dallas holds everybody. I have yet to see somebody coming to that.
Not equally.
The way they just did Mike McCarthy.
Yeah.
The way they just did Jason Garrett. The way that he did Jimmy Johnson after winning Super Bowls. Name somebody that left Dallas on good terms.
Nah, it's if you leave Dallas, you go be slandered on the way out. I get what you're saying. I'm saying that he go get it worse. I
feel like that too, cause like Boss said, like I don't know if people understand. Like I've been kind of flashy during my life, during my time. Right. You know what I'm saying? When you a little flashy, bro, you gonna be like soon. It's like people just wait on you to fall.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like they just wait on you to fail. Like,
right.
Oh, it's like you
or
might
they mischaracterize you.
Yeah, you might just like nice things, but they look at it like you just smearing it in their face. You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
But you just like to be dressed nice. You might just like the little bling. You know what I'm saying? That just might be your style. But they look at it like an insult to them.
Yeah.
That's how the haters view it. So they be just waiting on your downfall.
Yeah.
So just imagine, bro.
Right there, waiting on your downfall. So just imagine
with Deion, they was doing it in Colorado. They was going crazy. Look, now Deion put it on himself. He put it on himself though, cause I ain't gonna lie, I thought it was time for the revolution. After his first press conference, boy, I was ready to go suit up. Let's do it. Let's go, Deion. Hey, him and his son was talking so crazy to them folks, man. I was like, oh, this ain't gonna work. I thought it was gonna work. I said, bro, Deion them going too crazy up here. These people is not finna accept it. Nah. Then they was going left though. Go back and look at it. They was going left at the meeting. Cause Shador was like, oh yeah, they thought I was just a 2-star prospect or something. He was just talking crazy, like, oh, y'all said I couldn't play in this league and this and that. And that was just after like one game. That's when they beat TCU. Mm-hmm. So it was even premature. So and Prime came up there and didn't hold no punches. He went straight at them. He went straight at the critics. So Boss ain't telling no lies. So I mean, this is an interesting question right here. How would that work with outspoken Prime with outspoken Micah? How would that dynamic work? Now, I know Micah do respect great players, though. He loves some greatness. That's what he said. What did Terrence Parsons say when he came on the show? He said Micah is a fan of greatness. He said Micah likes anybody great. So that's why you seen him with the different jerseys on, because he just loved greatness in players. So I'm sure he a Deion Sanders fan.
You better be.
I'm sure he's a Deion Sanders fan, because that's the pinnacle of greatness as a football player.
Echelon.
That's him. Him.
And everything y'all describing is exactly why everything y'all said before this does not matter in the case of Deion Sanders. He is Deion Sanders. He is football. I understand it was Aaron Glenn. I understand that this was Leslie Frazier. I understand if it was anybody else. This is Deion Sanders. He is more than just that. He is one of the faces of the NFL. He's one of the faces of football. He's one of them. If stuff goes wrong in Dallas, it'll be a black eye for Jerry Jones more so than it would be on Deion Sanders, because that's who people love more than Jerry. You also got to think about the court. You got to think about the court of public opinion. People love Deion powerful,
Sanders. Bro. Nah, his star power is so powerful, bro. Because look,
the world loves Deion Sanders.
Listen, this right here is a good
Dallas
example.
Don't even rock with Jerry like that.
This is a good example right here, Hen. No lie, bro. Saban dominated college football for how long? for a long time, right? Mm-hmm. And then Deion came out and they got them on commercials together. like they just
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, he like that, bro. They didn't have to say, okay, Deion, you gotta win something, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. Nah, they had Deion and Saban like they was equals. No lie. So think about this. Out of Saban's whole run in college football, who else you seen him paired up with? Saban was on them commercials by himself. I don't know if y'all remember this. Saban was on them, whatever, Progressive, whatever, them insurance commercials. He was on them by himself. He didn't have no partner with him.
Out the gate is like, I'm on your level.
2 years, I'm here. Yeah. What's up, Saban?
What's up?
Saban got to work with you because you Deion. You see what I'm saying? Oh. It's like that, y'all. That's what I'm telling you. So,
but man,
just imagine.
But I ain't like Henny, man. Henny over all rainbows.
Hold on, one second. This finna be quick, bro. 1 second. Mm-hmm. So just imagine them two powers, them two titans.
Oh, it's gonna be dope.
Which is Deion Sanders and the star power of the Dallas Cowboys and Jerry Jones.
Marketing is gonna be great
together, sir. Oh,
content. My God. Listen, okay. Let's be honest. Everybody, let's be all the way honest. Now, everybody should be able to clearly see why the media roots for drama.
Mm-hmm.
Because let's be honest, all of our numbers are exponential since Mike McCarthy been fired. Everybody lying.
They gonna look now. Yeah. Everybody tuned in.
The season, the numbers was down. Shit, when we was losing. Right now, drama, Mike out. You know what I'm saying? All this talk about different coaches, numbers way up. So that's the effect of Deion, man.
And look how they took over the news. Yeah. They just said they talking. Now think about this. This is another example. Listen, look at the differences, y'all. They said the Dallas Cowboys are setting up an interview with Saleh. They setting up an interview with Moore. They just said Deion, they talking to him. And it done dominated the whole, every station, every publication. And they just talking. They ain't even set up an official interview yet, y'all. Do y'all see what I mean?
Oh yeah. Hey,
this is crazy.
I want to get to this business that Hen sent me.
Let's do it.
Let's talk about it.
Hen, you sent it.
All right, I'm gonna read it then. Hold on, let me move my face out the way on this thing. Give me 2 seconds. All right. Following Jerry Jones and his initial discussions with Deion Sanders, 2 people with knowledge of the situation tell me Sanders approached Colorado AD Rick George Tuesday about additional money for NIL and his staff. He was met with resistance. The Colorado would neither confirm or deny the information when reached out. Of course, that means it happened. Deion Sanders didn't respond when reached multiple times for comment. I mean, he's undecided. So like the money is funny, and we understand when the money was funny in Jackson State, what happened.
Right, it happened.
Well, Deion Sanders that's an L for us because the money funny in Dallas, boy.
I don't think the money gonna be funny.
He talk about money spending for NIL recruiting. This is the Dallas Cowboys. We're gonna draft what we want to draft, and Deion Sanders coming in. They gonna give him one. They gonna give him one free agent.
See Deion seem like he gonna demand some free agents.
I think he gonna demand some free agents, and in terms of like. We all know Jerry lowballs everybody. Is that true or false?
True.
Everybody get the lowball, right? Who was the one player in history that he paid double for?
Deion.
Yep. And that's historically true. Around that time, no cornerbacks was getting like $20 million. They asked Deion, did you want 24 or 25 million? You know what Deion said?
What he said?
Both. And he got it. So
that's dope.
See, Deion know his value. And Jerry paid it. You know what I'm saying? So
had to fight his son about it.
Had a literal fight, a physical fight with his son about it.
That's a fight right there.
That is.
So what you think? Do you think Steven is buying into all this Deion's extravaganzas type stuff.
He ain't got a choice.
Steven too boring. He like, no
I think
Deion.
you're right here. Based
He
on
ain't
how
got
the
a choice
news
right
coming out, because they say Jerry working the phones. They say Jerry leading the charge on this. This ain't got nothing to do with Steven this time.
I think Jerry got embarrassed. Jerry felt like he got embarrassed.
Yeah.
He gotta come back hard after that. I promise you, like Jerry is not trying to do no subtle stuff. He want to splash. He want to splash because Mike walked away from that table and he feel disrespected and embarrassed.
Right.
As he should. So now we finna get a reactionary type Jerry.
Right.
And that might be the old wild Jerry that we wanted. You know what I'm saying?
They
the one that's the risk taking
charge on this. Exactly what they said. The Jerry ain't delegating nothing on this.
I love it.
He shouldn't.
Where you was the free agency, wild Jerry.
Right.
Nefarious Jerry. Where was you?
This might be the last head coach Jerry Jones gets. Like, let's keep it real. Like, Father Time is undefeated. This might be the last head coach that Jerry Jones gets. So that's probably why he's solo on this. Like, Steven probably even understands. Like, Daddy gotta go out on top. Daddy gotta have this one last thing. So, hey, if it comes down to it, we can get Coach Prime in here, set up that culture. I'm down with it, man. Because when you think about the other candidates around, like, there's some good candidates. Like, I believe Pete Carroll's a good candidate. I know he's a little long in the tooth, but it's Pete Carroll, man. He's a winner. Like, people love him. He's a defensive-minded coach, but he mitigates. He'll run the football, all the things that you want him to do.
That's right.
Then you got Aaron Glenn. He hasn't had a lot of coaching experience, but he also was a former Dallas Cowboy. A lot of people don't remember Aaron Glenn led us in interceptions one year.
Yeah.
It was back in the day, but Aaron Glenn led us in interceptions one year. Good player, damn good coach, but he also lacks the head coaching experience. Deion Sanders, man, you get the complete package. You know that Deion Sanders gonna have a fire coaching staff. You know that players gonna want to come and play for Deion Sanders, be around Deion. And listen, some of the free agents that take these minimum deals other places, you'll start getting them again
Easily. Good point.
You'll start getting them again. Those are the kind of wins you'll get.
Yeah. And let me ask y'all a question. Which one y'all think is harder, recruiting in NIL or recruiting in free agency?
Free agency.
I say NIL.
I think free agency a little harder because they got to move their families and you know what I'm saying? It's a little different with NFL. You got to be willing to uproot your whole family.
I say
NIL because it's like the Wild West.
Yeah,
it's different. It's not
1 year contracts.
It don't have the same stringent
structure,
rules and regulations.
It's wild.
So you like, man, you like the player might go. Listen, I ain't gonna say nobody's name. There's a player in Arkansas went and picked up his NIL money, then jumped in the transfer portal. Went and picked up his check the same day and announced he was gone.
Right.
I ain't gonna say the boy's name. But,
and that's legal? That's legal?
Legal as hell.
Wow.
Because remember, it's the businesses that are paying these kids.
Right.
It's the business paying these kids. You
it
find
ain't the college.
Check, it's not the college.
And see, that's why I asked that question, because Prime is used to doing deals in warp speed because of NIL. Now you get to really court these free agents. You get to slow dance. Just like Dan Quinn trying to slow dance with Michael Parsons on the slide, right? Still be checking on them and that type of stuff. If you've been doing business in NIL, you go kill free agency in the league, in my opinion. Just because it's fast. The NIL is so fast.
I think Prime got that gravitational pull anyway. Like, people gonna want to play for Prime, bro.
Yeah.
They gonna want to play for him. Because I think the way he did with Colorado, it just seemed like it could just be me feeling like this. But it felt like it was like for the culture, bro. I don't know. It just felt like that. It just felt like Deion kind of hip hop with it. It's
for
like
the culture.
It's just for the culture. It's like I'm a Bama fan, bro. I ain't never rooted for no other team.
Yeah.
When I seen Deion out there, I'm like, bro, I want Colorado to win. You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk. Like, I seen people in Birmingham, Alabama going to buy Colorado stuff. I got people that's in Birmingham that went to Colorado games. Yeah. They taking pictures with all kind of big coats and skis on. Yeah. Like, it's like that, y'all. Like, so I just feel like that'll be the type of culture shock that we need in Dallas.
Right.
Like, we can't nobody tell me right now that the morale isn't down right now.
It's down.
The morale is down right
It's
now
down.
in Dallas, man.
It's
If you
down.
bring Dion in here, that'll be an adrenaline shot instantly.
Whether it's gonna work or
Instantly.
not,
Instantly, it's
adrenaline.
gonna have people back up, back engaged, and involved instantly.
It's amazing that like Dion is such an imprint to the game. People still high step when they make touchdowns, and they now don't probably even know where they got it from.
Mm-hmm.
People to this day be high stepping and doing like
You know they wearing the shoes now. They wearing the Dion's.
them primes.
Yeah, they wearing the Dion's. They wearing the zebra print ones. They wearing them.
Yeah.
They hot right now, especially in football.
Yeah. Hey, there was some great shoes to play in.
I used to love them.
Now I got
Them black and whites with the gold accents, and
Yeah.
they had the blue and whites with the gold accent. Like, Dion was hard, man.
I gotta mess y'all up.
Man.
Yeah, I'm really
I gotta mess you up.
talking my shit like I'm really him.
Y'all ready?
Look, walking
Let's
this
do it.
bitch like
Let's do it.
yeah, I'm really him.
Let's do it.
Talking my shit like
You ready?
hey, I'm really
All right, here we go. All right, here we go.
Oh no.
That's why I asked you, was you ready?
That was a double whammy. You got Kellen Moore and Eagle gear, man. You trying to make me punch out
Then
my
you
computer
played
screen.
him?
Yeah, that's why I knew I messed y'all up, bro. It's him, bro. It's him.
Man,
it's-
boss trying to
listen.
make me punch out my computer screen out here. He going on. Hey, man.
Listen,
You lucky this ain't a Friday night. You know
I
what
knew
I'm
I was
saying?
gonna get y'all with that too. Y'all thought I was gonna have somebody dope when I played that
man.
hill.
And you got this geek on here. Lord. Nope.
So he got the call, man. He got the call.
I'll give my opinion. I'll go straight in. I'll be fair so I don't sound like a hater. I'll say the two nice things about Kellen Moore, and then I'll go through the 30 things I don't like about him. All right. If you hire Kellen Moore, you could put the expectation on Kellen Moore that he has to win now. Reason being, he's not a new coach in Dallas. You were already here as a play caller. You know the personnel. They already know your system. I expect you to hit the ground running offensively. I expect 37 touchdowns from Dak Prescott. Everything that you did when you was here the last time, I need that from you.
I need it better.
I have an open expectation of Kellen Moore. If we hiring you, we're hiring you because you put up points. I need you to drop 70 points on the Giants like you always do. I need you to drop 80 points on the Commanders like you always do. I need you to beat the Eagles. I need you to win the division. I need you to win a Super Bowl where Mike McCarthy failed. Because guess what? The only reason that we even let you go was we gave Mike McCarthy a try. Right? You try to whack Mike McCarthy. He got news. He sent his shooters first.
Yep.
You got whacked. You know.
Yep.
So you're back now from the dead. You're back in Dallas. And guess what? I need what you owe me at this point, Kellen. We with the bat for you. And really, that's really it. Honestly, I said the two things. That's the one thing. With Kellen Moore, he already has expectations. I already got to be win now. And listen, you know that we're gonna draft the wide receiver. We get Kellen Moore. What you do by force is different than what you do by choice, right? There's a difference between getting a young lady to go home with you, and there's a difference between a duck and a female, right? His offense got abducted over there in Philadelphia. They had a meeting. They called together a sit down. There was no meeting. They called together a sit down, and they talked about his play calling and how they was not going anywhere.
Right.
And they made him hand the ball off
To
Saquon
Saquon.
Barkley.
And that's a fact.
If you think
Hold
I'm
on,
lying, if you think I am lying, there is documentation, there is paperwork. They were snitching. They told it on him.
Yes.
There's articles.
What I like about what I like about the idea of a sit down is like, before we sit down, it's already been like some threats going on. Like you real close to getting whacked.
Right.
You in trouble, buddy. So we need to sit down and talk about this before we gonna take you out. Like I just love it. Let's do it, man.
Nefarious. And listen. That's the point. Like people are still to this day complaining about option routes, curve routes, everything else, offensive play design in the passing game. They're
Dak interceptions.
Yeah, they
Toba didn't play.
Yeah, they're still. I'm talking about this is Philly. I'm not even talking about us.
Oh, damn, my bad.
In Philly, the only difference. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, they talk about that in Philly right to this day. Right, they're mad at him right now. They're mad because
they're reading books on the sideline, dog.
Listen, Jalen Hurts already ain't a passing quarterback, and even his numbers are down. Like overall volume numbers are down. AJ Brown, even though he was an All-Pro, numbers are down. Devontae Smith, down. So I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, like, that people are not happy in Philadelphia with his play call. So I understand, Jerry Jones want to hire a familiar face, but that's about it. He has no experience. Matter of fact, you remember when I brought up that Deion Sanders been coaching for 13 years?
He got more experience than him.
He got more. Yeah, this is exactly my point, landlord. Kellen Moore has been a coach for 8 years. He's been a coach for 8 years. And of those 8 years, he was only a coach that actually had real responsibilities for like 5 or 6 of them.
You want to know what's? Go ahead.
My boy Queso said with a super chat, he said, appreciate the $5. He said, not Kellen Moore's fault. Jerry ruined him 2019. Zeke ran for 1,300 yards. 2020, Dak franchise tag quarterback. So now we throw more.
So he's saying the money made us throw more, not Kellen. That's what his conclusion is.
Kellen Moore a crackhead when it comes throwing the football. He needs.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Like this right here, you know how you have favor on somebody, man. It's like if they do, you already like them. So if they do anything, you like, yeah, okay, I'm all the way in now. That's all this is, man. Like Kellen really ain't did too much for him to even really qualify as a head coach candidate, if you want to be honest. Because think about this.
Right.
When he left Dallas, he went to the Chargers. So everything with the Chargers just disappeared. Like it's forgiven.
Right.
And then you send him over here to a loaded Eagles team, and any person with, a beginner's luck of an ounce of an IQ know to hand the ball off to Saquon Barkley.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, this is a loaded football team.
That's right.
Now, listen, this is almost the argument I make when I was talking about Dallas. Don't your play calling look so much better when you got better players?
Yeah, man.
Oh, my God. They look so much better, don't it? Like, handing the ball to Saquon looks like the best play in football. A outside zone, inside zone, a dive. Like, that looks... Now, think about it. The whole world want to see all these swiggly lines all over the board, doing all this acting like you're falling and stuff like the lines. But what's the best play call in football? Hand it to Derrick Henry, hand it to Saquon Barkley. And that took over the league this year. Don't let those people with all of these fairy tale playbooks and stuff they want to talk about get you out of or off of focus, y'all. Stay focused. The focus is give me the Jimmys and Joes, sir. And I guarantee you them X's and O's will look way, way better. Facts. That's a promise.
That's a fact. Yeah, and it just say so much about Kellen Moore, man. I ain't forgot about y'all interview y'all did with Jalen Toba. And he talked about how, he was confused and it affected his confidence. And he actually began to greatly improve when they got away from Kellen's offense. It's just so much that just happened, but people forgot so fast, Or maybe did they even pay attention? Maybe we just pay attention better, Because it looked like people looking at it from the surface. They looking at it from like they not looking at the details to me. And my boy Wee Woo say Prime can get his free agents possibly with a discount. Ooh.
We were talking about getting them folks that's going to take the veteran minimum to come play for contender, and folks might take a little bit less to come play for prime, man. I'm not saying to molest their pockets, but the guys that sign up and go to the Lions for next to nothing, like what's the wide receiver name we used to play for the Broncos? You know what I'm talking about?
Talking about Patrick.
Yeah, Tim Patrick. Guys like Tim Patrick don't sign with Dallas, but they sign with the Lions. Mm-hmm. Right? That would change if Deion Sanders was around here.
Yeah.
So,
and you gotta
think,
I hope so. This something else dope. Deion been coaching on the other levels. So guess what? Some of them players finna come in the draft. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They gonna be like, hey, I want to play with Deion. You know what I'm saying? I'm going back to Deion. I'm going back to prime. So, and he's mentored a lot of players. Like, man, it's a lot of Deion just got a good face card in the game right now, y'all. And he's hot fire right now in the industry. And everybody want to look. One thing they know they're gonna be able to do. Already, you can come to Dallas and make some money. Just imagine this bankroll you're gonna make when you come play with Deion at Dallas. Oh man, somebody gonna want to write a check. Somebody gonna want a check.
I still feel like we kind of slipping though.
What's up?
What you mean?
We talking about a lot of the intangible stuff, and we usually talk football heavily.
Yeah.
So,
but I ain't gonna lie though. I think to a certain degree, we need
real
that,
quick.
Though.
Let me get.
Go ahead.
And I know you're right. We need that. Schematically, he threw the ball a lot.
Deion did.
Yes.
The offensive line was horrible.
Right, but I'm just saying. But that's what we know about him, right? And I'm saying that to say this. Schematically, I need to look at him. I'm being honest. That's what I'm saying. We're not having this discussion because we're not talking schematics. We're not talking about his identity. We're not talking about none of that. We're talking about style and leadership style and people want to follow him and his ability to recruit. This gonna come down to football too. Now, y'all probably way ahead of me on that. If you already ahead of me on that, enlighten me.
Well, this is the thing. We don't know what he will do schematically when he comes to the NFL. How he called plays, because he was. And listen, I know people don't know this. Deion Sanders was actually offensive coordinator at one of his stops at the high school level. But how he called plays has varied from stop to stop. There's been times he ran the ball a little bit more. It just depends on his personnel. It also depends on his play caller. Deion Sanders, since he's been the head coach, has not actively taken the reins and called the plays. So it really is going to depend on who is the offensive coordinator, who is the defensive coordinator. Because we already know that Deion Sanders will mitigate everything. There'll be a game plan in place. He'll be the one to, like I told Landlord, all Deion I got to do is manage the game. Call timeouts when you feel the momentum swing, manage the clock, make sure you get your challenges in when you're supposed to. He's going to let his guys have free reign, and then if they're not doing well, he's going to get in their ass. That's Deion Sanders. Right?
I mean, I don't mind a CEO coach. I don't mind a CEO type coach because I feel like that presence of a CEO, of a dictator like that, I think that's underrated. Because I feel like that's a representation of power and like, hey, that's the dude. We ain't had that in Dallas, y'all. That's why I say I'm talking this talk because I feel like that is something that's needed. We need somebody who, well, they wouldn't even try. I don't even think they'll be trying to backdoor Deion like, oh, I don't want to deal with Deion, so I'm going to go to jail. I don't think they'll do Deion like that. I don't think it'll be accepted. I think they'll feel like, man, I got to go through Deion if I want anything to happen in Dallas. They wouldn't be able to just have that avenue like that. Because I think Jerry and Deion would be so locked in that it wouldn't even make sense to go behind his back. You see what I'm saying? I really think that's a possibility. I feel like we need that one voice. A lot of the championship people that you hear and that's been around in those championship environments, it was that one dictator voice. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't 1,000 different voices and 1,000 different messages. It was all one man. So you need that stoic leader. That's what we need, y'all. So that's why I keep talking about that, because guess what? I feel like once you establish that, the football stuff is it's almost easy work after that. You need that leadership, bro. You need somebody who everybody know the buck stops with him. And I feel like even if he ain't, I feel like him and Deion and Jerry be so locked in that it'll basically be one. Like, that's what I feel like. And that's why I said it'll be a culture change to me. It'll be a culture change.
I have some schematic concerns. I'm gonna study him though, and get a better feel for that. But I do have some schematic concerns. Now, what Dallas go do? Who they go Who they go hire?
Kellen Moore.
Damn, bro.
I mean, let's keep it real. We want Deion Sanders, but this is the prodigal son. Like, this is like when Odysseus came back home and
hell no!
And he had to kill the suitors in the house with his son and them, and they turned up.
Bruh.
He came back, took everything back. So, hey, this is the prodigal son returning home after being away on a hero journey in the eyes of
the stupidest
of the front office. Hey,
the prodigal son is ridiculous.
He is the prodigal son. Like, listen, he was murdered. Big Mike McCarthy sent the hit. His brains was on the floor. I don't know how this man is out here. I don't know why he here.
Right.
Like money bag.
Hey, y'all seen Goodfellas, dude out here finna get made. He walked in, seen the sheets. He said, "Oh no, oh." That was Kellen Moore. It was
finna get made to the upper room.
It's gonna be Kellen Moore. I don't think it's gonna be Kellen Moore if we do our job.
No, you don't want it to be Kellen Moore.
I think. Listen, man, don't
if
kill
you was
my
a bad
dreams,
man.
I think we can kill Kellen, bro. I think we gotta keep working, bro. Like, we gotta get behind that campaign. No Kellen Moore. We gotta really fight hard to let Jerry and them know we don't want this dude.
What are we fighting for, though? What do we say no Kellen Moore and they give us Jason Whitten, head coach, right out of high school?
They want to do that anyway. I would rather them do that than waste everybody's time with this two-coach plan, this two-headed monster plan, right?
Is Kellen the worst? Is Kellen the worst pick?
No, not between him and Jason
For
Whitten.
a head coach, yes.
But not between him and Jason Whitten.
I'm taking Jason Whitten over Kellen Moore.
I am not taking Jason Whitten over Kellen Moore.
As a head coach, I'm doing it 1,000 times.
Not a high school dude. So he gonna have to be a CEO.
Dude.
He gonna have to be a CEO.
And listen,
man,
if he
bro, can I make my case and then you can try to beat me up?
4A.
Let me make my case for this real quick. First of all, they definitely want Whitten anyway. Anybody else is gonna be somebody they gonna want to get out of there for Whitten. So just go ahead and do Whitten. That's number one. Number two, it is not. We see Kellen Moore. We keep using his play calling as if that qualifies him for a head coach. Play calling ain't got nothing to do with being the head coach and the guy that's gonna establish the culture. Unless you gonna be the head coach that actually call the plays. So it's like, nah, I want that dude with that presence. I don't like them skipping steps with Jason Whitten, but Whitten definitely has a much bigger leadership presence than this dude. This dude got man breasts and he probably not just turning 30. It's like you got a dad bod. It is nothing about you that screams a leader of men. It screams that I can push you by your face. You could never, ever, ever, ever do Whitten like that.
Kellen don't got respect from nobody. I told you they all called him Kels. Now you can't call
Kels. They called him what?
CD used to be like, yeah, Kels said this and Kels. They call him Kels. They don't call him Coach. They don't call him Kellen. They call him Kels.
He's their age, man.
So I understand that, but as your superior, you gotta establish some type of boundaries or respect, And you can't manufacture that. You know what I'm saying?
This
like
what I want to say about Jason Whitten, though. I'm just like, why we act like Jason Whitten as a leader of man? Jason Whitten is not no damn leader. When it was time to lead the tight end room, what did he do? He crossed them boys out.
No, he did. He a snake.
He crossed all.
He a snake. But you didn't ask me that though. You asked who between them two.
You brought
So
up leadership.
I had to make a choice, bro.
You brought up leadership
no,
for equality.
the answer is actually neither.
I know that, but that's the point. That's the point. I would listen.
I mean, if you had to, it's not.
That's the thing. If you had
the cop
to,
out.
I'm
That's
not
the cop
picking
out.
no Kellen if
Right.
I had to pick one.
I'm taking to do with NFL
metaphorical
experience.
gun to your head right now, and you had to pick who you picking. Like we ain't
I'm
acting
not
chicken up
picking
here,
no-
is it?
I'm not
You
picking
got
no
to.
man that got breasts.
Oh, hell no.
Kellen Moore
Man,
got
Andy Reid
breasts
over there.
already.
And
Yo,
the
I can see your
over there
titties.
running the NFL, man. What that got to do with it?
Look at you,
Mike
man.
McCarthy fat.
That's
know
what
what
I'm
I'm
saying.
Bro, you at his age, he's supposed to be rocked up. You was a
Mike-
former
Mike
NFL
McCarthy
quarterback.
was
know,
fat
but-
when he was in
Yeah,
all
but
his life.
hey,
Andy Reid was too.
When you get
Andy
that
Reid
age,
fat
you
all
can be
his life.
fat. When you get that age, you get. When
He
you
was
trying
young
to
and
be,
fat.
when you trying to be the young coach, Kenny, you gotta look like McVay, dog. When you try, listen, when you the young coach, you gotta be like old boy out of Detroit. What's his name?
Dan Campbell.
Campbell rocked up. McVay rocked up. This dude, man, that
Oh,
your presence of leadership matters. And this dude does not have the presence. Get your out of here.
The reason it'll matter more, because guess what? Guess what, though, boss? I'm with you on the physique, but at the same time, the physique would kind of take place of somebody that's accomplished something. I don't give a damn how strong you is if you ain't did nothing. You ain't finna lead me. Like, no, I'm not listening to you. You ain't did nothing. So, like, you can have the physique, but then
It's not even just the physique. Though. I don't want you to say what I'm saying. Sure. I'm saying the presence, the guy that walks in and you say, yeah. You just,
it's a part
that's
of
the
it.
dude.
It's a part of your appearance is a part of your leadership too. It can be. But like I'm saying though, like you still got to be accomplished with it. You know what I'm saying? Kellen is not accomplished at all. So like, I don't even see, like I said, this is almost one of them instances, like if I worked there, I had to go to HR about this. Cause how is he even qualifying?
Right.
Like what you doing?
You gotta go to HR.
Ain't nobody saying nothing about what he did with the Chargers, man. Y'all just gonna erase all that? Don't nobody care. I'm going to HR. I need to talk to the guy, manager, man. I'm sorry. I gotta talk to the manager. How is he even qualified? Like, so we just gonna forgive him for all of his sins. Like, no, this is that cowboy stuff. This is that cowboy stuff.
But this is the thing. We are comparing somebody that is unqualified in the NFL to somebody that's unqualified at the high school ranks. I live in Texas. Boss lives in Texas. He knows damn well what 4A football is.
I do know.
He know damn well them boys ain't got no future.
You
college
right.
stars on the team.
And that's how
He
bad
for neighbors' kids.
and that's how bad Kellen Moore leadership presence is to me, to where even with what you said, which is true and I cannot deny, I would still take Jason Whitten leadership presence way over Titty Man.
Man.
See, I think Kellen is almost like a substitute teacher though.
Yeah.
Like he don't got no type, bro. They don't respect him like that.
Right.
They don't respect. But I just can't go high school though. Like high school?
Man, do it. You want to do it anyway?
No, we don't. And why
Listen.
you speaking for them? That was their first love. Kellen Moore was their first love.
No,
They
bro.
spent the block on that man.
See, y'all the
Not
type that'll
only
let
was
up.
he the
Y'all
first
be letting
love.
these women tease y'all. That's how y'all are. I be like,
Man,
man, go and come off
they
because you
won't-
trying to give
they
it.
won't-
Why you?
they won't
Why you
Kellen.
go? They won't Whitten.
They won't Kellen. Kellen was the first plan. They could have gave Jason Whitten a job before he
Man,
took his
did
dad
you
to
hear
high
what
school.
James Slater just said?
What's he say now? Because he
Man,
said she's saying a
James
lie.
Slater
He's
said
saying a lie.
that was no.
Jane ain't been saying shit unless he talking a lie. What Jane know?
She always talk at the end, dog. This is her time, bro. This is when she do her thing at the end
He
of
ain't
the
just
season.
snap with that though, cause
He
look,
did. He went
she was
crazy.
an op for a minute. Now she got all the info. Hey, I rock with Jane though.
Hey.
They banished Jane out to the unknown
They
somewhere.
did.
Now all of a
They
sudden
put
she
her in
the
the
inside
unknown.
She just
plug.
back.
Like,
She know everything now. What the hell?
She been sitting on it, man. She been sitting on it. That's what
hey,
Jane
man,
do.
it's
She'll
Jane.
just sit. She'll just
Jane
sit.
wiggled her way back up in there, ain't it? Okay.
No, this was her time. She celebrating now. Let's remember Mike McCarthy, the one that put the heat on her after Mike Nolan.
Good.
So Jane is back. The end of
what?
Mike is the rebirth of Jane. Real talk.
That's probably what it is then. That's what's
That
up.
was a good thing though, honestly, because
It
like, I
is.
don't want you.
Jane
I don't want you
dope,
to
though.
in my locker room.
She dope, bro.
She is dope, but I understand why Mike McCarthy did what he did.
What you mean? He killed the press? You ain't never supposed to kill the press.
No, he didn't give her access. Anything crazy went on in the locker room, we don't know shit about it. We don't know who was beefing, who was with each other girl. We don't know none of that.
She would have kept up a lot of mess, probably.
Locker room stuff stayed locker room stuff. We ain't got none of that messy stuff that used to come out. Half that stuff ain't never seen a lot of day.
Bro,
Most
like Hen said.
Most you get is Michael Parsons now.
No lie, bro. That's the most you getting. But like, let's not forget, bro. I don't think they too far removed from how our locker room used to be, bro. Like, we might fight today. You know what I'm saying? We might have to just tussle today, bro. It is what it is. Like, we got to squabble. Like my boy said on on Snowfall. Like, sometimes we might just have to fight today. You know what I'm saying? But that don't mean it got to be all over the tabloids. It ain't got to be on every website.
She ain't even
we gonna be
like
cool.
that though, bro.
We gonna be cool tomorrow.
Man,
men,
James,
that's one thing about men. Can we all agree to that?
You right,
With
right.
Our
but
friends,
let me,
bro, we might go to blows
how
and get
Jane
bloody.
move.
And then the next day we be like, man, it's all good.
But see, she wasn't no messy type. She was very strategic on what she came out with. So, like for instance, she was the one. She saved this team 2 times. She messed around trying to save it for the 3rd time. So she was the one that called out. She was the one that got the info on Scott Linehan. It was her, and she did it at the end of the season, like now. And she was the one that showed that Mike Nolan was causing a lot of dissension. It was her. You know what I'm saying? So now Jane, she trying to save the season because she called out. That's why Mike McCarthy walked away, is that they trying to have Whitten on this kind of fast-paced kind of like plan of where they trying to make him and somebody else the interim. So they want a coach that's gonna come in here for the short term, but they really want to promote Whitten. She came out and exposed that. That's saving the season, because that's telling me, if I'm Prime, no, don't take Whitten, because he dare to take your job in 2 years.
Oh, I don't mean to cut you off. Shout out to Donald Holmes for the $10 Cash App, and shout out to It's Too Easy for the $5 Cash App. I appreciate y'all love and support. I see y'all Cash Apps coming through. We were cooking so good, man. I didn't want to interrupt anything. I just thought, since I had multiple now, I'll just go ahead and let y'all know I appreciate y'all.
Let me hit that button for him.
Salute to all our folks, man. We appreciate y'all.
Hit that button, man. Get y'all in the mood.
Double up. The money I color.
Boss Land.
Super Chats.
Yeah.
Hey, salute to Dono Holmes on my side too. Shout out to Mr. Vincent on my side, and It's Too Easy on my side too, man. I appreciate y'all.
Nah,
Indeed.
I appreciate all the people that showing love on the super chats, man, and supporting us, with what we doing and just kind of exposing it. But it's Whitten and the one I'm concerned about. I really am, because I think that's gonna waste all our time. I think it's gonna waste all our time, like in terms of Whitten being assigned to a coach, because I think it's gonna put too much pressure on them to like sabotage the coach that they want to get rid of, and so they not gonna be going all in. Huh?
Do you think they would sabotage prime time for Jason Whitten?
Yes. You know why I believe that? I got the perfect example of why I believe that with all my heart. If you bringing in Jason Whitten and you're on the fast track, where you go put him to coach?
Tight end coach.
If that was your plan, so hear me out. And you said it. You said it, the tight end coach, right? So if that was your plan with Mike McCarthy, who was you finna snub out?
It'd been our boy, how you say his name with the L?
London Wells.
London Wells.
Yeah.
So you just said their plan was to bring him in as the tight end coach. How do you do that with not getting rid of this highly qualified tight end coach?
I about to say he dope too, but
he's super dope.
He is dope.
And see, so that would if you don't believe they will bump Prime, look how fast that they was obviously considering bumping him. And Linda Wells been famous for tight end training before he was a Dallas Cowboy. He been the dude that been over the draft tight ends over for the last 10 years. Every time you turn on the draft, when they doing the combine, the dude that been working them out for the last 10 years was Wells. And they was finna bump this highly qualified, excellent tight end coach away for Whitten.
And he been on fire mostly with his tight ends too. Ferg had an off year this year to me, but he been doing great with his he been doing great
where
with
Ferg went down, Schoon went up. That's still his coaching. So I see them willing to take all kind of risk. I see them willing to for Whitten. Oh yeah, cause I just believe in Whitten. I just believe. Man, appreciate the $10 done at Holmes. Yeah, I appreciate that.
A real one.
Yeah, that boy dropped 10 over here too, boy. I appreciate that. So, but yeah, you see what I'm saying? So if y'all was finna dump this dude, which all of us say is excellent, man, I don't trust them with Prime or no coach.
But he ain't Deion Sanders though, man. Like, people listen, you don't understand the gravity of crossing Deion Sanders in the national media, court of public opinion. Folks might riot if they play with Deion Sanders like that, man.
They still would play with him. See, you know how they would play with him? They wouldn't do it quick. They would do it in a way to where they sabotage him, kind of like Mike McCarthy. Did they give Mike McCarthy any free agents this year?
No.
Okay, so then.
Matter of fact, Dallas Cowboys were the lowest spending in free agency this year. I believe we only spent like $18 million on outside free agents.
Okay, so
do that sound like somebody that believe in you?
Right. So when you trying to make room for your next guy, you'll just run that same play, right? We not go invest into your free agents. We go throw a whole bunch of young guys out there. We basically kind of getting them prepared for the next coach. That's what you really was doing.
And then blame it all on you. But I just don't understand how we let them get away with it, y'all. I'm sorry.
We don't, because we call it out.
I can't let them get away with it, man. I seen the sabotage from beginning. Beginning.
You called it out from the beginning.
I already knew it.
You said
I'm like, bro, they ain't gonna get this man nothing.
Yep.
They ain't gonna go get no free agent.
You been saying it. Yep.
Then draft
I already knew they were sabotaging this man, bro. And Mike just couldn't take it no more.
Yep.
He said, screw it.
Yep. So,
hey,
and another reason why I think they'll do that to Prime, and I don't think nothing is sacred to Jerry. Nothing is sacred. Like, for instance, you know what you should always treat sacred in Dallas?
What?
Number 88. And the way that he did this the last time was not treating that like sacred. 88 is the most legacy number in our history. And y'all waited to the last minute to cut this where you let free agency drop. That was no respect for 88. So if you don't have no respect for 88, you ain't gonna have no respect for Deion.
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Now listen, if Deion comes and Jason Witten ain't on the roster, that means he won.
Yeah. Yes. Talk. Yes.
Because listen, man, like,
that's right.
The thing that we got to talk about, man, is there should be no predetermined coaches when a head coach not even on there.
Yes.
It should be the head coach's right to fill out his own roster, his own staff.
Right.
Do that legwork and find the people that he wants in position to help build the culture that he wants and bring that into reality. Like they have a vision of what they want, and they got to get people in to make that a reality. Right. So with Coach Prime, it should not be any That's why when we talk about schematically, like I don't know what the schematics yet. I don't know if he's gonna get a coach to run a 3-4 or 4-3, or they're gonna run a 5-2. I know they don't do that. I'm just saying. I don't know they're gonna get a run and gun West Coast style offense. I don't know they're gonna get Air Coryell. I don't know they're gonna get a play action centric offense gonna run the ball a lot. I don't know that because he has not filled his roster out yet. But guess what? Whatever happens, I believe he can do fine with it. But the thing is, he has to be allowed to build his staff. That is his superpower.
Yes, right.
His superpower is building the roster. It's building that staff. It's building that culture. And he has not gone wrong at either stop. If he has made a mistake, guess what?
He fixed it.
He's corrected it.
That's right.
Guess what? He took play calling duties from his offensive coordinator and had somebody else doing it. He didn't like the way they were calling plays. So guess what? Deion Sanders is smart enough to self-correct.
That's right. Boy, you killing it. Hey, man, these boys start dropping them $10 like crazy after I played that music. That Super Chat music get y'all going, I see, man. I appreciate it, man. I'm going to hit this button one more time, see if it works again. Hold on.
Run it back, DJ.
Double up. The money I
One more time. It puts y'all in the mood. I ain't mad.
Double up. The money I
Yeah.
Super chats.
Yeah. Anyway, we appreciate that, man. We appreciate that greatly, man. These are very interesting times, though, huh? These are interesting times, bro.
This is content heaven right now.
It is, bro. It really is.
It's content heaven.
It's almost going too fast.
Yeah.
Man. Hold on. Oh. Hey, it's too easy. Wants to know what your Cash App is, boss.
It's a $ Boss Cowboy Sports.
$ Boss Cowboy Sports is too easy.
Man, I appreciate it, man. I tell you, that beat, man, that get y'all right, man. I tell them, make me hit that button. I ain't gonna do it no more. So anyway, man, I'm finna go ahead and get my final words. I'm tired. I did 2 shows today, bro.
Let's rock.
These are very interesting times. I stand with y'all on all the things that y'all said about Deion. I think, he growing on us. He growing on me by the day. And then the more I talk to people like y'all, I get more and more excited about the idea. Like I really do. But I want them to do it right. And I think you said it like perfect at the end. You said if he come in without Whitten, he won. That's gonna tell me everything. You know what I mean? If he come in without Whitten, I'm gonna rest very easy. I'm gonna feel very good. I know it's gonna be bumpy because he's gonna be an easy target for the media, and it's gonna be a bunch of gotcha BS. But I like everything that y'all been saying, and I believe it. Like somebody that's going to be a culture guy, a motivator guy, a guy that comes in and commands respect because of his legacy, his Hall of Fame-ish, his career, and mostly how he paid his dues to become this guy. How he first started and did it the right way. He didn't come in entitled. He didn't come in and say, I'm a Hall of Famer, put me on your staff. He said, I'm going to start from high school. And I'm gonna get it out the mud. See, Whitten say, get it out the mud. But the dude who getting that out the mud and got it out the mud was Prime.
Yeah.
To Whitten credit, starting on the high school level is also getting it out the mud. It's just that Prime been dirtier longer. You know what I mean? He been paying his dues longer. So I'm excited mostly about the staff that he brings, the type of Hall of Famers that's gonna want to coach for him, and free agents that will want to play for him. This is a win-win-win. That's my final word.
All right. My final word is this, man. Oh, Deion Sanders a bust at this point, man. That's the only thing that would placate me as a Dallas Cowboys fan. He had me go through this emotional roller coaster throughout the course of the 2024 season. My quarterback tore his damn hamstring off the bone. Micah Parsons this time. Trayvon Diggs done re-injured himself. Like everything that could possibly go wrong did go wrong. We were victims of Murphy's Law. So, man, Deion Sanders is the course correct that I need at this point in time so I can have hope. And, you know, hope is the most powerful thing, man. Because, hey, this is what I got to say about this, man. You know, if the souls there cannot hope and think about heaven, man, what kind of punishment is hell if the souls there cannot hope and think about heaven? Hope is the most powerful thing, man. So I need hope to get through what I'm going through. So prime time is hope for the Dallas Cowboys, and we're gonna manifest that into fruition in 2025, man.
I love it.
Absolutely. And you know, I kind of piggyback off what y'all saying, man. I feel like Deion is symbolic to a change in Dallas, in which we've been well overdue, man. We need change in culture. We talk about the culture all the time, and I think it seems intangible, but it's something that's very important, man. Like, we need to get rid of this Hollywood cowboy persona that they put on us. We need to get back to, you know, being the enforcers, playing with pride. And who gonna embody the pride of being a cowboy better than Deion coming to this team? You know what I'm saying? I just feel like we need a former cowboy leader, somebody who can show these young boys and even these current players what it really mean and what it really take to be a cowboy, bro. I think that got lost in the sauce somewhere, and I feel like Deion is the right person to bring it all back. And like, when you think about this, Deion was the first, to me, he was like the first person that had unlimited flash and then still came back and delivered. Out of all the talking he did, he delivered though.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You never got that combination. He did all this talking. Most people that talk that Deion talk, they never can back that up.
He could guarantee it.
Deion backed it up, bro.
He could guarantee it.
I just feel like what they say, teams take the personality of their coach. And I need my team to take that personality, that unstoppable, I'm that dude, I'm him, ain't nobody stopping me, ain't nobody better than me, speaking life into these Cowboys. I feel like I need that back in Dallas. And that's my final word.
Speak.